in America, if you got money, you can be almost okay.
Right.
But by the way, that's not just something that's held sacred inside the black community. You can be an Italian American, as this last beach incident just happened, okay, and have all the money in life, and somebody segregates against you.
Sure.
This is something that is just the polarizations that we allow ourselves to buy into, okay, is even more divisive. Here in Plainfield, you have an issue right now between the, quote, black community and the Hispanic community.
Okay.
That's still here.
Tell me about it.
We call them all kind of names. They call us all kind of names.
Sure.
What does it mean? We don't have enough dialogue about being human. We don't have enough dialogue about the things that we should be talking about in churches, okay? And the churches don't seem to spend a lot of time talking about how the community, okay, should be recommending itself. The N-word, it's a word. At the end of the day, will I be mad if somebody uses it against me? Probably.
Let me say this right here, too, when it comes to the word Negro. Like, Negro is the black race, okay? And as a Caucasian is from the Caucasianoid race. So Negro has always been all right, but the other part of it hasn't. See, because we all black people are from the Negroid race, where all white people are from the Caucasianoid race. And the Asians a lot are from the Mongolian race, the Mongoloid race. So the word Negro is never been the curse, but the other word has. I have a call. Yes.
Yes. Good evening. My name is Rebecca Kelly. I'd just like to elaborate a little bit on the Reverend Jesse Jackson statement that he made about Barack Obama.
Okay.
I find it very, very humiliating that someone of a grassroots of the civil rights would even think, much less to come out of his mouth towards a brother who is trying to make this country, which I know he will become a president, even when he's elected president of the U.S. 2009.
Well, you know what, Rebecca, and in truth, that's how a lot of people look at it. Now, I know that we're up here, you know, we got the Right Reverend over here, Alexander Branch, legal liaison with the NAAC. We got George Gore that has been through more political things than I can even think of.
And
These guys
also a president for 12 years, former president of the NAACP.
George Gore, right, former president. So we got, you know, educated thinkers up here today. But the common person is thinking just like Rebecca is thinking. Now, how do we deal with that? They're saying that, listen, how could Jesse Jackson, being who he is, you know, the many speeches. I remember years ago when I first heard Jesse, I asked my mama, do he like himself? I remember when he used to say, you know, my hair is not too nappy. My eyes is this, right? It's not too big. My nose, and, you know, I first saw the guy, I said, well, Mama, this cat must not like himself. My mother explained to me that he was explaining the ideology of how a lot of people in Black America felt. So now we can, you know, be on this level. But how do we deal with what Rebecca is saying, Reverend Branch?
Well, I'd like to really say that I agree with what she's saying. Basically, you know, there's a campaign out over the internet saying it says abolish the word.
That's right.
And for personally, and this I'm saying this, Alexander Branch is speaking, not Reverend Branch, not the NAACP. I think personally that, you know, it was a slander. I happen to be a very good friend of Rick Taylor. Rick Taylor happened to be a very good friend of Jesse Jackson. Rick Taylor, I spoke with Rick Taylor. He supports Jesse, as he always has. But, you know, one thing I've learned, and my father used to tell me, is that sometimes you got to think twice before you speak.
Sure.
You know, and that's basically what it boils down to. Somebody made a statement without thinking about the repercussions of what he said. And right now we're weathering the storm of the repercussions of something that somebody said that just happened to being caught on there.
And happened to be Jesse Jackson.
Hello.
Reverend Jesse Jackson. Rebecca, what do you think? I mean, the people that you're around and everything. What is the words that you're hearing? Because this is what I'm saying is that should we attack this thing the same way we went after Don Imus or when I went after William Bennett when he said years ago, 3 years ago, that the only way to get rid of crime in the black community is to abort all black babies. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Yeah, but you see, the thing about it is that my idea of the whole thing, this guy's supposed to be a role model, okay, for others who are coming up, like how he came up at the grassroots.
That's right.
Okay? He has not shown this to the world. Not after you make that kind of a statement. I don't think so. I have lost, and there are thousands of other people and have lost, including black. It's not a race, it's not a color thing. Black and white, everybody has lost a lot of trust in him. And I know this because I'm hearing this every day.
Of course, this is what I'm saying is that now the same way that we went after Don Imus, I love Jesse Jackson. You understand me? You know, I'm confused here on this corner, if you will, that the statements that he made and everything, and not actually, you know, coming down on him, but just telling the truth, is that, you know, this is what I'm hearing. Young people saying, hey, you know, I thought he was a, you know, this icon, you know.
Yeah, but you see, the thing about it is that, you know, I have lost a lot of respect for him. Yes, I have. And I will continue to do that. Because this is zero tolerance. Not that he did not know. He knows. Where is he? Where are you coming from? You're going to talk about blacks and this. Are you white? Are you black? What are you? You should be there. There's a reference in that to the word reverend. Oh, you should be there to pray for him, pray with him, you know, and hope and pray that God will bless him and lead him in the right
And
way.
protect them at the same time. Let me ask you this right here, Rebecca, because we're gonna go to George Gore in a minute, and we're gonna let you go. Would you like to see Jesse Jackson standing there with Obama as Obama is being in his inauguration, as he's being addressed to be president of the United States? Would you like to see him there being sworn in?
No, I would like to see Jesse Jackson side.
Because I had a vision of Jesse being there holding his kids' hands, you know, while his wife's standing by him. You know, I had that vision, so you wouldn't want to see that.
No, I don't. I definitely wouldn't like it. But, you know, I'm not a very happy camper where that is concerned, because I think that was so offensive, so rude, so humiliating that you could talk about your own brother.
Yeah. Well, then that's how people take it. Okay, Rebecca, thank you very much. We're going to go to George Gore. Go ahead.
I'm very disappointed in what Jesse said. Not surprised, just disappointed. But the other side of that is I don't want to spend 35 seconds thinking about what Jesse said.
Sure.
What I want to spend my time on is figuring out how to get more people registered to vote.
Sure.
How to ensure that the black community shows up to vote.
That's right.
And to make sure that these young people that we have not gotten involved in the process get involved in the process. The media has a bad habit of making us miss where the boat's going.
Sure.
And gets us subdivided off on something that has absolutely no value to our community. Okay, we censored Jesse Jackson. He said something bad. We said we're not going to listen to Jesse anymore. That's fine. That's not where the issue is. The issue is we have a black man who has won or is in the process of winning the nomination for the Democratic Party to become the first black candidate in my lifetime or anybody else's lifetime
That's
for the
taken
office
serious.
of the presidency.
Yes.
We need to, as a community, forget about all the stuff that they throw at you and remember where we need to go. We need to get out, get people out to vote, get people to register, and forget about the nonsense. Jesse's been censored. Jesse has said, I'm sorry. Whether we want to believe that or not, we need to take that conversation off of our lips.
Yes.
And put the real conversation on our lips was, are you a registered voter and do you plan on voting in November? That needs to be the number one question on our lips. That needs to be the direction that we need to go in. And everything else becomes some TV show that I'll look at 2 years from now.
Well, that's well put, George, and I'm sure that you're able to do that. I'm able to do it. Reverend Branch able to put this thing aside and just bury this thing. But like anything else, like anything else, there's going to be some that's not.
Yeah, we have to overcome it one way or another.
You know, the problem is this. The media